everybody, welcome to Connie's Crafty Corner. I wasn't tagged in this tag that I'm fixing to do, but I was watching, I'm going to look down a lot because I've got the questions right here. Kenyatta Creates. She was one of my first subscribers. She's such a sweet girl. I'm going to link her channel down below. She's just got such a kind heart, and I was watching her video about this, and she just said, tag you're it. So I decided I'm going to be it. So I thought I'd do the tag for you guys. And like I said, we'll be looking down a lot, and I apologize for that up front. But the first question is favorite color. And this one, if you'd asked me this 4 or 5 years ago, I'd have said blue, hands down blue. I wear a lot of blue. I think it makes my eyes look bluer. But I have come to love green. I just love all things green. I think it's so cheerful, and the different shades. I just love the way they work together and all that. So green it is. Favorite music. I'm the kind of person that finds an artist and that's my favorite music until I'm sick of them, and then I move on. And my music loves range all over. I love country. I love 80s pop. I love modern stuff like, I don't know. My daughter was in love with not fifth, what were they called? Oh my gosh, One Direction. I cannot believe I about called them the wrong thing. I even took her to a concert. We had such a good time. That's been many years ago. But I just love all kinds of music. But right now I'm loving Luke Combs. I just discovered him because I don't really listen to the radio. It just popped on my YouTube because I also love Ed Sheeran, and he was doing a duet with him. And anyway, I fell in love with his voice. I fell in love with his story. I just fell in love with a lot of stuff. So, I fell down the rabbit hole of looking him up and hearing all these interviews and stuff. But I also love Journey, Prince, gosh, I don't know, Boston. I just love everything. I just love music, and I especially love live music. I'm going to be rambling through this, and I apologize. My husband had several concerts on his bucket list he wanted to go see, and one of them was the Eagles, Aerosmith, the Rolling Stones, and that's the last 3 concerts we went to, and they were all amazing. I think we're going to see Def Leppard, and gosh, I don't know who else going to be at that concert, but it's going to be horrendously horrible. It's going to be in June or July, and it's going to be hot, and it's outside, so I hope I like it. But anyway, that's enough of that one. Favorite food. I think my favorite food is anything seafood related. If I had to just choose, it would probably be something seafood related. But I also love Mexican, Italian, all that stuff. So I really don't have a specific favorite food. I do love to cook. Not that I've done much of it lately, but I do love to cook. Soda or pop. I'm from the South, and everybody says Coke. But I say, would you like to have a drink? And a funny story with that is when we lived in North Carolina till we were in our 40s. We were 40, my husband and I, when we moved to Ohio. And he looked at some of his coworkers and said, you want to go get a drink? And they're like, it's lunchtime. We don't drink while we're working. And he meant to go get a Coke or a soda or whatever. It was funny. But I do say drink. Favorite animal. I don't really have a favorite animal. I love dogs. I love cats. I love all animals. I just don't really have a particularly favorite one, but I am looking up a giraffe pattern to make a little rattle and a little giraffe doll for my daughter, because she's going to do her nursery in baby safari animals. So if anybody's got a pattern out there, please leave it in the comments. Favorite holiday, hands down, Christmas. And the reason is my children come here and we're all together as a family, which we haven't been in several years. And it's just usually just us and their spouses, and it's just an amazing week or so. We love it. It's just a lot of laying around, laughing, watching TV, cooking and eating, and just having a good time. I don't think I'm centered, but anyway. Favorite book. Okay, I love to read. I used to read all the time. When I was a little girl, there's a group of us girls that would go to the library at school, and we had a kind of like a little chain with books, like a series. Like when I was a child, Little House on the Prairie books were my saving grace. My dad had cancer. He was sick, volatile type relationships around me at times, and reading was my escape. And Little House on the Prairie, oh my gosh, I love that series. But my favorite book today, I've got 2. And one of them, I'm sure all of you's heard of if you're readers, and the other one you may have heard of. I don't know how I found them from my favorite YouTuber, who I will mention down below. Um, Where the Crawdads Sing. I bet I've read that thing 4 times in the last 2 or 3 years, ever how long it's been out. And the book Educated. Um, I think Educated is based on the author's life, but they're both amazing books. They're really easy to keep up with. That's my thing. I can't have too complicated of characters. But my favorite types of books are anything dealing with FBI agents and doing their cases, or police officers. I love anything true crime, that kind of thing. And you don't have to be real, just whatever. I love that too. Favorite pizza. If I hadn't have had this pizza this weekend, I would have said thin crust veggie pizza. I'm not a big meat eater on my pizzas. In fact, I probably could live the rest of my life without eating meat. But I love it, but I just don't crave it like I do vegetables. I love vegetables. But my daughter got a cheese pizza this weekend, and I had a piece of it, and I think now just plain old cheese pizza is my favorite. Um, Favorite pastime? Well, obviously, I love to crochet. I love to knit. I love anything crafty. I love sewing, card making, anything crafty. Um, but my other favorite pastime is having a long time with my husband, that being able to sit down, have a conversation with no interruptions, and just to chit chat with him. That's one of my favorite things. But if it's most of the time, it's anything crafty, because that's what I really get more time for. Um, Favorite TV series. Okay. I am a house, Grey's Anatomy. I used to love The Mentalist. Um, I think there was a show called Virgin River that didn't last no time, and I watched it and loved it. But I love Call the Midwife. Oh, I love that show. And The Good Doctor. Those are some I've watched later. But I love all the I used to love all the, what is it, where Heidi Klum's in it? It's about where they make clothes. Project Runway. I love that. And my husband and I love watching Top Chef and Hell's Kitchen, any of those shows. But if I had to just choose a genre of TV show, it's anything true crime related. I watch more of that on YouTube than I do anything, to be honest with you, because it just let it play in the background. And anyway, because I love to watch my yarny people. I love to watch what they're showing us. Favorite fruit. Growing up, I didn't eat a lot of fruit, and that's terrible. So I don't know if peaches, hands down, a good ripe peach is probably my favorite. And nothing done to it, just a good ripe peach. My stepfather had a peach orchard, and oh, I miss that so bad. Favorite veggie. I love just about every single vegetable out there. I can't pick a favorite because I love vegetables. Favorite subject in high school. I had no favorite subject in high school. My dad was sick with cancer and died my freshman year, and I barely remember high school. I don't think I dealt with it well. Whatever. But if I had to pick one, it would probably been English, and I don't know why, because I hated literature. I don't know. Oh, I did love home ec. I took home ec, and I loved it. Um, Favorite actor or actress. I don't have one, but I can name some of my favorites. I love anything Denzel Washington's played in, anything Meryl Streep's played in. I love Kevin Costner. I love Ryan Reynolds. I just love good movies. I'm not a fan of comedies. It's not because I'm not a funny person or like to laugh. I just like the drama, the suspenseful movies. I'm not a huge horror lover. My husband loves it, but I'm more of a drama movie person. But I can't pick a favorite, actor or actress. Um, Favorite singer. Like I said, I'm just one of these fly by night, whoever catches my ear at the time. Um, my favorite singer. I tell you, I love Garth Brooks. I saw him in concert several times. My first cousin's wife was his publicist for many years, did his PR, and I was able to have the opportunity to meet him, to go to his concerts, and he gives an amazing, amazing concert. You can tell he absolutely loves what he does. So I'd have to say Garth Brooks if I just had to pick one. Favorite superhero, don't really know, but I'm gonna say Superman. My husband and my son watch all those Marvels and DC, all that stuff, and I I've watched some of them, but it's not my thing. But I'm going to say Superman. There's a big debate in my household if it's Superman or Batman. And I honestly can't remember who's picked who. So, favorite comedian? I don't have one because I've watched a lot of comedians, but I can't remember their names. I like watching comedians, but I couldn't tell you. Favorite season? Fall is hands down my favorite. I love all the crispness in the air. I love the smells. I love everything about fall, and I love spring. My least favorite summer, winter would be my third, but anyway, that's just me. Favorite movie? I have watched this movie many, 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 many times, and I absolutely love it, and it's the movie Ever After. It's like a Cinderella movie. It's got Drew Barrymore in it, and I love the movie A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger. Oh, I forgot about him. I loved him. I was very sad when I found out he died. Favorite smell, hands down, is coffee. I love anything. I love the smell of coffee. It's my happy place in the morning. I love any balsam or pine scent, any cinnamony scent. I'm not a big floral. Well, I do love gardenia scent, but I'm not a big vanilla scent person. It's just a little bit heavy for me. And my lighting's changed. I'm trying to use mostly natural lighting. I got my overhead light on, but sorry about that. And I know it's blown out and bright. I'm still trying to work on it, guys. My best friend, hands down, 100%, my best friend's my husband. My second girl, my next best friend, who's my girl, is Sherry. She's a girl that I have known since I was in first grade. I absolutely adore her. We can go 6 months and not talk and pick up and be right where we are. Our kids are close together. She's my best girlfriend. My husband, though, is just somebody I can say anything to, be as mean to as I want to be, and he's still going to love me and listens to me cry and listens to me laugh. He's just absolutely my best friend. Favorite decade, hands down, is the 90s. That's the year I got married. It's the year I had my children. It was just a fun time in my life, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing. And favorite YouTube channel, and I have seen where most people don't answer this, but I'm going to say it because it's Not a Yarny channel. And this is actually one of the things that kept me going into YouTube. One of the reasons I started my YouTube channel was this person. And I get emotional talking about this because he helped. Listening to his vlogs really, really was a good thing for me. And it's Peter Mon. I don't know if any of you guys know who he is. He has like 5 or 6 different channels, but his vlog channel, his first couple years absolutely were amazing to me because he was working through a lot of grief dealing with the death of his mother. And listening to him talk about that made me start thinking about the death of my dad and other loved ones in my life. And if I get emotional, I'm sorry. I'm just a very emotional mess anyway. But I knew the things he talked about. I understood them, but to hear somebody talk about them and work through them helped me get in touch with my feelings and work through them. And I'm very fortunate that I found him and was able, because it helped me deal with a lot. He is an addict. He was an alcoholic, drug user, and all that. And I've had a lot of that surrounded in my family. And listening to him talk about it helped me understand a lot about the addiction process and how to deal with people in addiction. And so hands down, I'm gonna have to. I don't watch him like I used to. In fact, he had a bad car accident a couple months ago and hadn't even been on YouTube. I still watch all his vlogs. I watch some of his other channels, and I always watched his vlogs. I never stopped watching those, but I don't even see. This is the menopausal mind. I have absolutely forgot what I was gonna say. But anyway, Peter Mon, that was my favorite YouTuber. But I'm not going to tag anybody because I don't know of anybody that would watch me enough to know to want to do this that has a YouTube channel. But if you do and you haven't been tagged, then tag you're it. So I think I'm going to go on to film one more video because Mom's being quiet upstairs, and I'll see. I may have time for one more. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you learned a little bit about me. It really wasn't that personal. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye-bye.